Hey guys, welcome to my growing channel. Today I'm going to be showing some farming spots for flyers, water, semi-aquatic, all types. So for those who like to farm and want to get away from Oasis, this is just recommended spots that you can farm in, I don't own this land or anything, I'm just saying. This is from experience, alright? So if you want, go ahead and, subscribe and like before we get on to the actual thing. Alright, we're gonna start with the flyers. These spots are only for creatures that can fly and reach high grounds. Recommendation 1, Old Middle. So, the Old Middle used to be kind of like Oasis, but over here in beta. So some people still go here, but we're going to be reaching the areas where only flyers could go here. So if you're a herbivore, which most people farm either with daylight or herbivores, and I'll go on to a next video one day about creatures that are best for farming, so just stay tuned. But over here there's like water and there's plants, so, and especially those who want to like gather sunlight, there's a lot. You can stand out here. Let's check the spots around here. There is plenty to choose from. You can farm here, whatever, do whatever you want. But I'm going to just show the spots around here. First we have is the most visible spot, you could probably tell, but it's still around here. If you don't want to know, here's the coordinates. Alright? And here's one of the spots. I don't really suggest being something that's weak because I know barely people come here, but some flyers do actually, I should say, fly around here. And they could possibly see you unless you're just laying down. Anyways, moving on to the next spot. If you don't really care about being in the open, depending if you're a sock or not, but I highly doubt you should farm with a sock, but anyways, you could be right here. You could just get your friend to actually carry you. You can use your friend to both farm. And this is just a good buddy spot. One of y'all can stay up here, and then another one can drag you down, kind of like a transport. It's a very safe spot, especially if you're a land person. So I suggest 2 people on this one. Alright, so the other spot, and the last 2 remaining ones, this could use a 2 buddy one. We have these 2. If you think this is possible for land creatures to get on, no, not really. It is possible for a land creature to actually get up here if they actually try, depending on what they are, but you don't really have to worry about that. This is a really big cave. I tried over here, I couldn't get anything through. As you can see, there's possibly like no way to actually get through, so it's pretty sturdy and safe. It's kind of hidden. You can see a good view from there. You can see flyers. But yeah, it's a pretty small hole, so it's pretty tidy. Alright? Alright, second recommendation place, Moonflowers, or what others call Flower Place. Now, Flower Place has a lot of dens. I'm sorry for, not pronouncing stuff right. But as you can see, there's a lot of places to hide. It would be hard for creatures to actually find you. The plants are pretty low here, but you can always just fly to desert to get some and come back if you ever run out. There is also water and mud where you can hide your scent for a little period of time if you're either in danger. So let's get along with the spots. Even though creatures on the land can come here, there is spots that they won't be able to reach. And that, for being said, is over here. As you can see, there is no possible way for a land creature to actually get up here. It's kind of just, VIP for just the flyers. But flyers that do fly around here, since it's so close to Oasis, is probably the only issue with this place. People do come here more than the actual world over there, so I will give you that. But there is a lot of places again, so you don't really gotta worry about it too much. This place has everything you need, and for farming, not really people use carnivores, so if you are a carnivore for some reason or it's the only thing you have, you do have oasis. You could just stock up food. Alright. So, you can either live right here if you're very scared about, over there. If you're afraid of people just wandering in the den, since that happens a lot. You could just simply be up here, and if you're afraid of semi-aquatics, there's no way they could get up here. You could just be a seagull and laugh at them. Anyways, I know it's kind of in the open, but it is kind of hidden from the map. There is, structures in the way. So you could just easily place a storage and just rest there for the day. But again, Moonflower has specific dens you can actually rest in. So there is different types of holes that you can fit in. Not all big creatures can actually fit in this. You could put a Mamula or a Jot in here, but like a sock. And over here is the smaller things, so you don't have to worry about, anything that big going in there. And over here is the really big ones. If you have multiple people and you don't really care about predators that much, you can really just hide right here. But you can farm right here and you're pretty active. You have, your device that you're playing on next to you. You're just chilling while farming. This is kind of Moonflowers, very hidden. And if you're just a Truth or a Karuku, you could just hang onto the walls and not really worry about it, but you can also stay hidden while this. Moonflowers may be big, but it is kind of limited on dens because it is kind of open, and people really do come here since it's near Oasis as well. So, I mean, if you want to take the risk or you don't really care about it that much, you just care about the mud, the food, and all, then I guess this is your type of place. Now moving on to the next place that we need to worry about. But for those who don't know the map, here's the coordinates. You can follow it. Or if you just want to look at the map, it's this place. Alright? Moving on now. Alright, now the next place, the god of homes for all flyers. Dunes Mountain. If you don't know where that is, here's coordinates. And it's right there. Part with the snow. This place has a lot of dens, as you can see. It's just a huge mountain. Sorry for the graphics. But it's just a huge mountain full of dens that only flyers can reach to. Now let's move on to the spots in the den. As you can see, this really requires flyers. So let's go to the very top to show off the first dens. This place is pretty nice, and the food barely spawns here, just to let you know, but there is food down there that you can always just fly down. It doesn't hurt, you could just make a storage. So it is pretty cozy here. It does have water, so you can just, if you're semi-aquatic, like an N.O.X.A, you're just all types, you could just sit in the water and not worry about a damn thing. If you're very small and you don't really want anything big coming up here because you just like to stay really safe, well, there you go. That place can hold multiples of you. And it is pretty big. It does survive you from Volcano. You could just go under here. I tested, and if you're a Jot, you could still fit under here without meteors hitting you. Beware of this spot. Meteors can actually hit you if you're not in the right position. So I suggest not hiding under here if you're like a Jot or something. If you see that house not like fully green. Even if it does fully green, it still could be risky because, sometimes meteors just glitch through the roof. It is possible. So if you don't want to take that chance, definitely hide under here or in there, It's very safe otherwise. And you can also place food storage here. It has a big place. This place is made for multiple people as well. So if you got friends, you could just farm together if you really want to spend that much time. If you're also a flyer and you don't care if it's just a small hole or not, there is a limited wall for land animals because they can climb through that hole and they can manage to actually get on one of these, but it's very hard. Only right here is usually where they can actually climb. They can actually fall through. But if you want to face away from Oasis, you can easily just rest in here if you want. You can go down there to get some water. And some people actually just rest on these things if you want to. It could be much easier for you. You could just, whoop. Some are bigger, sorry. But you can easily just rest through these. Like, you can rest through this one. This one's pretty decent. As you can see, there's plants underneath you. You can easily just farm right here. That's why it doesn't look like it has that much dens, but really it's meant for a lot. You can just sleep on those rings if you want to, you know? Or you could possibly sleep on these things if you just want to see Oasis and you don't really care if you're just a big thing, you know, you're a sock. So yeah, if you kind of look at it now, there's a lot of places to sleep other than right there. Could fit so many people. You can nest, you could do whatever you want to spend your time or just go AFK. So yeah, that's the Mountain of Dunes. And yeah, it's a big place, really recommended for flyers. But now we must move on. Time is going very slow and quickly. The next part is plains. Now, it does have some dens, but people do spawn here, especially flyers, and the first thing they'll more likely do is fly, and you don't want them to be the first person to see you, right? But they'll probably go to Oasis, but if they don't, yeah. So there is some good places, like as you can see, people spawn right here, so if they ever fly, you don't want people to ruin your AFK, I really don't recommend being right here. Some people do be there, but it can possibly be risky. So, as you can see, this place has dens. But let's go on to the coordinates. So you can see on the map, plains, right there. I'm pretty sure you'll see it. Just memorize these lakes. So let's get on to the dens here. Didn't move much, but as you can see, there is a den here. Not all people fly right here. You can easily just go to the back of the wall. So you can see there's no way they could possibly see you unless they actually are searching for you. So this is one of the dens. You can kind of just see it. Kinda. Oh gosh. As you can see, these den can protect you. It's green, so this den is safe. I'm gonna just wait, you know. I'll just show you after this eruption. That was not like, you know, what. Alright, Volcano finally left us alone, so it's time to move on. As you can see at that den, that is a very good den for a certain size, I believe. But there is a den above it, a bit. So if you want to be a bit slanted or a bit protected, you can go right there if you don't want people from the plains to see you and you're still worrying about it. But you can look over. Why is plains such a good place? Because again, it has food and actual water and it has mud. So like, I mean, that's a combo of 3. Sounds like a deal to me. Just moving over here and farm. Alright, for the next spot. For those who actually just don't care about being covered at all, and, you know, 2 people, they could just, you know, one person can be a land, another could pick them up. Just an idea. Right here, there are food spawns, so you could just stay right here if you want to. It is a bit close to over there, so you can easily just get water. You can barely travel, just lay down and make it slow. So yeah, you don't really have to care about being in the open. You just like, alright, I can be here. That's kind of all for the plains little mounts. You know, they do kind of have over here, but land animals can get right there. So I highly just recommend using the plains mountain. But since this is all plains has for us, we can actually move on. Alright, the next, probably most obvious place, Volcano. Has plenty of places. The only problem is it is a spawning point. There's 2 and 3 spawning points. So people may like be wondering to just stay right here. There's places and all. But honestly, it's not really a good place if people are gonna travel there. As you can see, someone was there. You don't really need to worry about it. It's like if you kind of just worry about volcano or erupting. For those who don't care, it'll just take cover. You could just stay right here easily. There's food, you know, it's kind of just like a hotel. You could just sit at the ledges and see if flyers are heading your way. But for people who don't just want to travel down, there is plenty of more places. I mean, I don't think Volcano is your type. You're literally right next to the eruption itself. So, but if you really don't care, you could just really just farm under here. It's pretty deep, you know. It is a green box, so you are pretty sure right here. It's kind of just behind Volcano. It's a pretty obvious place. But this is kind of for the people in the open. You can stay right here. For those who don't know the coordinates, right here, Volcano, it's kind of just marked under there. You can be right here if you actually just want to take the effort to just fly to the, you know, food. You could do that. But again, it is a spawn point. The spawn point's right there, and there's another one on top of the volcano. So, yeah, just take your own precautions and, you know, yeah. So if you don't really think volcanoes are type, there's many more types. So we'll get onto it. Alright, the next place, Redwoods. Well, the Redwoods Cave. Now, the one problem, or probably multiple problems about Redwoods Cave is it has many spawn points near it. It's technically the pathway that people go to for Oasis. They don't feel like respawning, they usually spawn right there or right there and actually make the effort to either go through the cave or just live in this cave because, yeah. But I do farm here myself, but that's just me. There is places for these flyers because people usually be land animals to go through Oasis. Not all, but like some people will be flyers, so just be aware that there's spawn points like really close near here. There's a den right here, and there is plenty of plants that way, and there's just, you know, water. But you can hide right here to make yourself out of sight. It is perfect for an Aries, and I do farm here most of the time. It's a pretty decent spot. I haven't been attacked just yet. But yeah, if you're a big sock and you don't fit or you don't have room or just feels, you know, too enclosured, you have right here. It's pretty decent, but you know, people will probably and more likely see you. But if you're a sock or a SAR, then it doesn't matter. You could just defend yourself, or if you want to log, go ahead and do you. Now, people do rest right here. I've seen plenty. And it's not really good to rest on these little things. I mean, they're very narrow. If you don't believe me, then you do you. I struggle to get on these things. But I have seen people jump people on there. I've seen that for myself. And land animals can get up here. They actually take the effort to get you that bad. To just awfully ruin your day. You know, we all hate coasters sometimes. But yeah, it's not really recommended to be on top since it's very climbable. So it's better to just be in the caves they gave you. So there's no really open spots for those who don't care. You're just gonna have to deal with the cave. Even though it's a big spot, it's technically made for the land animals to just climb their way through stuff. But yeah. You don't really gotta worry about gyros going through this thing. So you can rest a bit right here, but it's kind of just useless. And people might just go around. So yeah, that's all about the Redwoods Cave. Alright. For those who don't know my coordinates, it's right here. And on the map, it's Redwoods. It's kind of the cave you'll see. So yeah. The other spot is the Redwoods Lakes. The part with the waterfalls. It's next to Oasis. This is spawn point. Alright, so just keep that in mind. But not really much people go here. Probably to see the portal, but This is a very unknown spot, like to just farm here. It's pretty random. Could fit any size under here. And it is a green box, so it's very safe and secure. And I'm just saying this as for flyers, even though land animals or creatures can actually climb up here, but not all of them like to go through effort, alright? Because the only thing about this is you're gonna have to fly all the way down to get these plants, and then you can make a storage. And I'm pretty sure no land creature wants to put the effort into that. But I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Like, you do what you want, but this is just recommended for flyers. Alright? Another spot about effortless stuff is what I call the 7 ponds. And that's over here. And this is technically just the same spot on the map for the other part. I just wanted to put that together. But this is behind Oasis. And the big snowy mountains, this is just what we call the 7 ponds. It's not actually like, people do come here, as you can see. There's many plants and not really much people come here, but just because of that, people come here. And not really people like to put the effort, but it's not really good to like go over there because as you can see, this is a portal and people really love to fly around it. So people would used to hide around the mountains and be careless. But honestly, I don't think that's good anymore. So let me just show you the spots around the 7 pond. The spot is the Mount Cave, and a lot of people, again, don't like to put effort for land animals just to go up here and gonna have to go back down all the way to 7 ponds. But if that keeps you going, go ahead. This place isn't really a den, it's kind of a tunnel, so you could go the other way around if you want to. But this place is just really huge. I usually would go here as an Ura, which, you could be omnivore, herbivore, eat sunlight, whatever you want. This place does have a good sunset, I will tell you that, so this place is quite something, even if it's virtual. It is. If it's too huge for you, then oh well. So you can see some person try to get up here. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but yeah. They can climb up here, but I don't see who really wants to do effort. But if you want to, go ahead. That's your own place. And if you just want to be in the open still, you could just be right here. It's kind of just a view of everything, except behind you, but it's a view of everything. You can see whatever. People do battle in Oasis, and sometimes it could get out of hand and not be an Oasis, and can battle right here. So if you don't want to be caught in that, yeah, it's best to just stay hidden. I know this video was very long than what it should have been, but hey, at least you know more spots, or you just kind of think about it more than usual. I hope this done something for you. You could have skipped ahead. I don't really care on what you did. But I know this video is like 23 minutes long and all, so I'm gonna end it pretty quick here. There is gonna be more spots that people will choose instead of the ones I probably just said. It's not a requirement or anything, this is just a recommendation purpose, Just kind of informative. So yeah, you could subscribe if you want to. I kind of just make videos every week, or sometimes twice a week, or sometimes more than I need to. And I give information a bit early or a bit on time. You choose whenever you think it is. So yeah, if you just really, like my videos and help my growing channel, had 2 for like a month, then yeah, go ahead and do so. Nothing's stopping you, and that would help a lot. So if there's more spots that, I haven't mentioned in this video, well, that's kind of good. This map is pretty big if you don't know how to explore it. So yeah, don't blame me, please. But this is technically all the spots. So thank you for watching. This is only part 1. I will introduce the semi-aquatics, the land, all types, blah blah blah. And then I will get onto the farming. For those who want to know how to farm and just really want to, or just want farming tips, usually just want to know how to get more money, and just want to farm mush because you're either saving for Helium, Kariku, blah 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 blah, anything you want. So yeah, stay tuned. This is only part 1, and there will be many more and many more future videos. So go ahead and subscribe. You know, it's free. It doesn't hurt, so thank you. See you next time.